Presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are Kansas City.
Royals baseball back on the south side of Chicago. The Royals have lost their last 5 games. The White Sox have won 4 in a row after beating the Royals here last night 6-3. Hi everyone, welcome back to the ballpark with Rex Hudler. I'm Ryan Lefevre. The Royals still have 47 games to go. Hud, they're still in striking distance, but they need to get it going.
They sure do, Rhino. We've learned to live with this team and their streaks. All it takes really is one good executed pitch at a certain time and one big hit at a certain time. But you can see that record. Just 1.5 games back in the second wild card, but they still haven't given up hope for the Central. And they can do it, but they've got to be able to put their game together.
And they got to start beating the teams that they need to beat. It's been a struggle for the Royals pitching lately. It'll be Ian Kennedy on the mound tonight for the Royals. Baseball on Fox Sports Kansas City is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. For all, for less.
Ian Kennedy has been in his past last season the most consistent Royals starter. In a time where they need pitching and starting pitching, they need him to step up. Now, the last 4 starts, forget about him. Look, the previous 6, that's the guy we're looking for tonight. Hope we see it.
Going up against former Royal James Shields. It's been a struggle for him. His season ERA is over 6. both from Mike Moustakas. He is 2 home runs shy of the Royals record. That was not enough offense last night as the White Sox took game 1. The lineups and the first pitch are coming up next. But it sure doesn't feel that way. And another mild evening, 74 degrees on the south side of Chicago. And it is still the grind. This is game number 16 for the Royals in that stretch of 20 games and 20 straight days. And now tonight trying to snap a 5-game losing streak. Ed Yost returns Mike Moustakas to third base tonight. Brandon Moss will be the designated hitter. And the Royals tonight will be facing James Shields. He's had a tough year, Hud. His overall ERA is 6.03. In his last 4, it's 7.97.
Finding way too much to the plate. Doesn't quite have the velocity that he's had. It's dropped a couple miles an hour, maybe 3 miles an hour. And he's not able to use his changeup as much. You see the pitches there. Fastball, cutter, curve, change. The changeup was a devastating pitch for him a few years ago, especially when he was in a Royals uniform. But no longer does he do it because it's getting hit out of the ballpark. Left-handed hitters hit 12 home runs off him this year with a .317 average. Better scrap that pitch. White Sox defense, while we're talking about James, might as well talk about his pickoff move. He's got a good one. Heads up over there when you get on first or second. He's trying to find it out any way he can get it.
There's our crew chief, Joe West. 40 years as a big league umpire. He'll be at second base, and that's Alan Porter. He'll call the balls and strikes. Whit Merrifield, a very rare 2 games for him, hitless in his last 2. Takes a fastball for a strike. We have to go back to the beginning of June. So over 2 months ago, the last time that Whit Merrifield was hitless in back-to-back games. Wow.
That's pretty consistent.
James Shields dropped his arm down.
Saw that. Trying to create. It's what guys do when they get a little bit later in their career. You hope he's trying to be creative and not having any pain anywhere in his arm.
Cutter, slider, some late movement there to Merrifield. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And you know, getting back to Whitley, his speed, the way he bunts, that's why it's unusual he'd go 2 games without a hit. He has a lot of different ways he can get hits.
2 balls, 2 strikes. He's always done well against the White Sox. He has a .326 career average against Chicago. Last night the Royals were held to 3 runs, 7 hits. Right. Ronaldo Lopez, Aaron Bummer, Juan Minaya, Tyler Clippard.
Saw some pretty good arms.
1 away.
First hitter, James. He's looking pretty good. Got some good hip turn there. He's got a nice little hip move turn in his delivery. He stayed on top of that slider off the plate. Whitley couldn't even get a bat on it.
He is signed through next year for big bucks. So trying to find a way to recapture something. It's been a struggle for him since coming to the White Sox. 0-1 on Lorenzo Cain. Lorenzo was 0 for 4 last night with 3 strikeouts. That got the catcher Narvaez. James Shields with Tampa Bay, 2007, then with the Royals, and then 2015 was his first year with San Diego. Good record, 3.67 ERA, but since the beginning of last year, which he began with the Padres, 8-23 with a 5.89 ERA.
Yep, you know, typically later in your career, when your velocity goes down and you're trying to create stuff, you make mistakes. He's just been out over the middle of the plate too much, and that's what Donnie Cooper was sharing with me. He says, you know, we're trying to help him. Watching some video, watching his mechanics and everything, he's able to repeat his pitches, but it's his arm angle at times, and he's just missing out of the plate. He's not so far here. He's finishing down. He's got a nice finish on top. Ball's moving down. That's off the plate. Royals swing at 50% of pitches. That's a high mark. Aggressive offense.
2 outs. Here's Eric Hosmer, 0 for 3 with a walk last night. Deep to left field, into the corner, gone. Garcia never saw it. So lucky for him, it was in a spot where there was no play, but Eric Hosmer goes to the opposite field for his 19th of the year. Right after Shields strikes out the first 2. And now Garcia gets some sunglasses.
James Shields looks a little bewildered. You see the sidearm, he dropped down sidearm. Now I'm not sure what exactly that pitch was. It must have fastball, but Haas did not miss it. And for left fielder Leury Garcia to not know that the sun would be in his eyes out there before he took the field and have to have somebody bring glasses to him, I don't understand that.
Outside to Melky, 1 ball, 1 strike. I don't know if you do this or not, but when a ball is hit deep to the outfield, my eyes are trained on the outfielder.
Okay.
Is he in his tracks waiting for it to come down? Is he racing back? Is he fading back? And I think Garcia fooled all of us because he didn't move. And it was clear right away that he did not see that ball at all.
I usually watch the flight of the ball because I don't have the call like you guys do over there. So but that's right. But sometimes if I don't know how it is, I'll watch the fielder, just like the hitter. He'll tell you if a ball's fair or foul by the way he runs out of the box.
Royals score first as Eric Hosmer homers to left. Play of his power to the opposite field gives the Royals the early lead. And now the Chicago White Sox, they've won 5 in a row, and prior to that they had lost 20 of their last 23 games. So that's given this suddenly young roster a shot in the arm, playing with a lot of energy. They swept the Astros before beating the Royals last night, and now they'll face Ian Kennedy. And Kennedy, similar to Danny Duffy last night, he's had a bad time against the Sox this year.
Yeah, he's going to have to just command this fastball. Dave Island was telling me before the game that the same every single night for a pitcher. It's about locating that fastball, locating your pitches, keeping them down in the zone, although Kennedy has success above the belt with his heater.
Pulled into the corner. Okay.
You know it's coming. Gonna have to mix them.
Foul. On the ground to Witt. Uri Garcia is out, number 1. So Kennedy is making his 3rd start against the White Sox tonight, and in his first 2, the White Sox have 9 earned runs in 8 in the 3rd innings. That's a 9.72 ERA. Here's Yoan Moncada. Curveball stays high. Conversely, Kennedy pitched very well against the White Sox last year. 2-0. Moncada had a game-tying home run and a walk-off hit on Thursday to help the White Sox sweep the Astros, but he was pretty quiet last night at the plate. 1 for 4 with a single. 2-2. I would say a slight advantage right now, Hud, with the shadows going the pitcher's way.
Yep. I'd say.
So Kennedy's in the shadows, the hitter is in the shadows, and then the ball is coming out of that bright backdrop.
Makes the ball darker.
He did not make contact. And Drew Butera doesn't bother with a throw. Got a lot of glove. It was high, but it sounded like it got a lot of leather, and Moncada's on with 1 out.
Well, that ball's up. Drew, I'm sure, will tell you that he would like to have gloved that. Forward around the horn, Royals defense. Lorenzo Cain, he's an Iron Man, 111 start. I know with the day game tomorrow, Ned's contemplating giving him a day off for rest, but we don't know yet. See how he gets through tonight.
1 on 1 out, Jose Abreu. I brought that topic up with Ed during our pregame radio interview. The balance between, you know, the urgency of these games right now and putting your A lineup out there, but at the same time you got guys who are tired and need to be rested. And Ed was saying there is no time right now to think about being tired and being rested. Moncada runs. The pitch is a strike. The throw to second. Moncada went in standing, and he's out. That's a good way to get hurt.
Better believe that. So Drew just picked himself up. Pass ball, but he picks off the runner, so he picked himself up. Good pick there by Whitley, though. Look at that. Nice little short hop pick. Got him with no problem. I don't know why he didn't slide. You're looking for trouble, just like you said. He's fortunate. Seen a lot of guys twist ankles, break and twist knees by doing that. Seen
1 and 2.
A lot of guys get hurt around the bases, busting, you know, but late slides. I mean, the bases are really dangerous. Put guys on the DL all the time. Every summer we see it. First base too. You know, at second you gotta get down. You can't overrun it, so you have no choice but to slide.
Base hit into left center field for Abreu. Down in the count, 1 and 2.
Great hitter. Made a good pitch on him. That ball's up and in. It's supposed to jam, but look how he pulls his hands in. Look at those elbows. Elbows close to his body like that allows him to be able to get to that ball and square it up towards the middle of the field. Keep it in the middle. That's an excellent swing on a high pitch that really would break most guys' bats. Keeping those elbows in close allows you to get the barrel there.
Abisail Garcia, an all-star this year for the first time. Fastball at 94 for a strike. He had been on the disabled list and was reinstated on Tuesday. He was out with a sprained right thumb, which explains, I'm sure, why he has hit under 200 over his last 21 games. Pulled fair inside the left field line. Abreu to third. He will be held. He's going to go anyway, and he's out. And the White Sox make 2 outs on the bases. Abreu ran through the stop sign of his third base coach, Nick Capra.
Just give that man another outfield assist. Royals will take it.
Mike Moustakas will lead off the second inning. 1-0 Royals. Story. Well, in South Florida, it's Mike Stanton and the sale of the Marlins. We can talk about that a little bit later, but that's 40 home runs for Giancarlo Stanton. 2 away from the Marlins record, which is held by Gary Sheffield. And Mike Moustakas is 2 away from the Royals record. He has 34 after hitting 2 more last night. No balls, 2 strikes. Our Toyota League leaders. Mike Moustakas is 2nd in the American League in home runs, 3rd in the major leagues. He had a home run to right center field last night. He had a home run to left center field last night. Both were changeups. And he goes down and golfs it into the right field corner. Garcia has a strong throwing arm, and the ball gets away from him. Moustakas looked like he was going to try and take second anyway. But after the ball got away, it's a stand-up double.
Yeah, he was. 17th double for Moose. Swung at every pitch, loves it. That little breaking ball, he's trying to get down and out of the zone, and he went and golfed it. Moose staying aggressive. He's swinging at the first 2 pitches, and then when he gets 2 strikes on him, he's being aggressive with 2. Anything close, he's not going to let that umpire call him out.
Eric Hosmer homered with 2 outs in the first inning. And now Moustakas is at second with nobody out for Brandon Moss. Moss got an at-bat as a pinch hitter in the 9th inning last night and grounded out. Ed Yost has every left-hand bat available to him in the lineup tonight. That's a strike, and the count is 1-1. Kind of a chase. A slider down, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's why there's so many left-handers in the lineup tonight against James Shields. And I wonder, as you were talking about his changeup, which is not at all effective for Shields like it once was, I wonder if he can still throw it with the same action now that he's dropped his arm down instead of coming right over the top.
It's interesting. We'll have to find that out. But look, I definitely have noticed him with his arm angle.
It's his 3rd strikeout, 1 down in the 2nd.
Typically, when you throw a changeup, you want to be on top because it helps you finish a little bit better and has more movement or downward action away to the left. Is when you're throwing from the side like that. Not so sure you're able to get the leverage that you need.
14 was his last year with the Royals. Still had a good changeup, and it was even better his first year with the Padres. But when the league puts his changeup in play this year, they're hitting .419. So you gain a little deception, dropping down the arm. Maybe you get a little more bite on that slider. But the trade-off is he loses his trademark pitch.
Yep.
Fastball outside, 1-1 on Alcides Escobar. He had 2 more hits last night and scored a run. So after snapping the 0 for 20, Escobar is 5 for his last 12.
Garcia plays a shallow right field, that's for sure. He's got a good arm.
2-2.
Escobar with 2 strikes. Loves to go to right field. Tries to hit that hole between first and second. Pretty nice numbers there, getting the job done. Garcia has 6 outfield assists. Leury in left has 8.
Line toward right center field and down. Engel going for it all, and it skips by him. And how far will Escobar go? He will be held at third. Moustakas scores, and the Royals take a 2-0 lead.
On contact, it looked like that ball was going to fall no matter what, and I believe Engel just thought he could have gotten it, but you know, you want to play it safe there. He missed by about a half a foot. Good effort, but the Royals will take it. That's going to be a clean triple for Esky.
So he adds to that average with runners in scoring position, and now he's at third with 1 out. White Sox will bring the infield in for Alex Gordon. A lot of sliders from James Shields tonight.
Alex wants to look up in the zone, get one airborne.
Look out, Rusty. Every time a ball goes whistling by Rusty there, and he has that look in his eye and he shakes his head, I can just hear, I'm too old for this. 1-1.
Well, you see how far away he stands. I don't blame him. That ball travels that, you know, we talk about the exit velocity nowadays all the time. 105, 107, 110. Doesn't give him long to react.
Two and two.
Watching videos of one of his best seasons, 2011, Alex Gordon spends a lot of time watching those with Dale Swain. He's talking about the leverage, staying up higher. And Dale told me that Alex, his right shoulder is what gets him in trouble. He wants to wrap that shoulder. He wants to keep it closed so much that it gets him going down. You don't have as much leverage when you crouch over. So the fact that he's getting him standing back up again is helping him. He's just missing, but Dale says that he's happy with his adjustments. Said last night against the lefty, he kind of crouched back down again in that shoulder.
And it's so hard to fix that in the middle of the season, isn't it?
Sure is. I thought he might come back this year with a new look. But you know what? He's had a lot of success. Now that he's not, he's having to make that adjustment.
He's not happy with that call, which looked outside. 2 down. If you're looking for your Star Wars fix, come out to Kauffman Stadium. Purchase the Star Wars Day themed ticket to receive an exclusive Drew Butera TIE Fighter Pilot bobblehead and your ticket to watch the Royals take on the Twins. That's September 10th. Royals.com/theme tickets. Shields has struck out 4. And the Royals have 3 extra base hits against him. Hosmer homered in the first. Moustakas has doubled in this inning. Escobar has tripled in the inning. And Escobar's at third with 2 down. Down and in, 2-0. That slider is high. 3 balls and no strikes. Merrifield is on deck. A 4-pitch walk to Drew Butera to bring up Whit Merrifield with 2 on.
And do you notice, not just with the arm angle from James Shields, he's not coming inside at all on righties. He's trying to go away, 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 away. He's not even, you know, in order to set up that pitch away, usually a pitcher will come in to make that look a little bit better. Get the hitter's eyes off the outside part of that plate.
Witt struck out swinging at a slider to begin the game. Same pitch right there. No balls, 1 strike. We should point out too, Hud, that Shields missed almost 2 months from late April to the middle of June with a strained right lat. That's the big muscle that wraps around the back of the shoulder, right? So that may have something to do with him finding a new arm angle. Line, base hit center field. Merrifield comes through with 2 down. It is 3-0 Royals in the second inning.
.306 hitter with a runner in scoring position. James Shields not happy. He missed out over the middle of the plate, just like we talked about earlier. It's elevated just on the outer half, but still reachable with no problem for Whitley. Good swing.
That puts an end to an 0 for 10 for Whit. And now first and second for Lorenzo Cain. He struck out against Shields in the first inning. Two. It's interesting watching him throw his fastball in that he's not following all the way through and coming out over his front leg. It's almost like there's a recoil.
He definitely does not look the same even in the last time we saw him.
I don't remember him doing that when he was with the Royals. I remember that long stride and the big follow through. And is that maybe a hesitancy to follow all the way through? Or are you maybe cutting that short to avoid some pain? Or
it's possible. It's very possible, but he's not finishing out over the front and finishing. He's letting it go, and then he's falling back. And pitching coaches will tell you that's a sign of trouble.
Well, that's what Trevor Cahill was doing the other night in St. Louis. And then he ends up going on the disabled list. Shields is 35 years old. And he had an impressive string of consecutive seasons with at least 200 innings, 9 in a row, which came to an end in 2015. And that was the longest consecutive streak in the big leagues. Abreu goes into foul ground and takes care of Kane. The Royals take care of Shields. They get 2 in the second inning. Escobar triples home Moustakas, and then Merrifield singles home Escobar.
Ian Kennedy back to the hill. He will try to go deep into this game. And you actually have 2 pitchers in our Academy Sports and Outdoor leaderboard that have been among the best in baseball since 2010. That did not happen on July 21st when they went head-to-head. We'll see what happens here tonight. Joel Goldberg back down by the Royals dugout, and this is a matchup not of former Royals teammates, but of former Padres teammates. And when that game was played back at Kauffman Stadium last month, we noticed that James Shields at the start of the game had wrote the word bro in the dirt on the pitcher's mound, and we were wondering what that was about. And what it was a message for his friend Ian Kennedy. The reason for it is this: they're both California natives. They spent a year together with the Padres, and we could all attest to this. James Shields is your prototypical California surfer dude type of lingo guy, if that makes sense. Ian Kennedy, being a Southern California native too, is the exact opposite. So James said that Ian used to always give him a hard time about that lingo, and James thought, I'll just write the word bro on the mound to get a laugh. That night didn't go well for either one of them, but we can say this: it was Shields that told Ian how much he will love his time in the Royals organization when he signed with them. Hey guys, one quick follow-up. Rusty Kuntz, he did not say exactly what you said, Ryan, but I asked him about it, about that line drive, and he said, you know it's bad when Joe West is telling you to look out. His eyes are now better than mine.
You know, being a Southern California native myself, I should point out that before I learned English, Southern California surfer dude talk was my first language.
Right.
Yeah. It's a dialect of English.
But it doesn't matter. If you go to the East Coast, they automatically think you're a surfer dude. Because when I signed with the Yankees as a young punk out of high school, I got guff from everybody over there that called me a surfer. I never surfed one time in my life.
There's some really nice beaches in Fresno, though, right? I mean, aren't there? It's kind of a...
No, we were right in the desert there. Central San Joaquin. It's beautiful, but 2.5 hours from the beach.
0-2 on Yolmer Sanchez. He drove in 2 last night. One with a bunt on a safety squeeze, and the other with a ground ball in the infield end. So 2 RBIs without a base hit. Chance for 2. Close, but out. 6-4-3, 2 down.
It's nice. Roll him up. Just going to talk about that. See if we could talk Kennedy into rolling up another ground ball double play. Firmly hit. Whitley gets to the base. Good hustle by Yolmer.
And that is a McDouble play. So McDouble sandwiches are only $1 tomorrow at participating McDonald's in the greater KC, St. Joe, and Lawrence locations. Tim Anderson with 2 down. He led off for the White Sox last night, and he had the big hit. He capped a 4-run 7th inning with a 2-run home run off of Peter Moylan. Fastball for a strike, and it's 1-1. 241 overall, but he has been a lot better than that over his last 9 games. 1 ball, 2 strikes. In fact, he has been in the driver's seat, presented by Kia, over those last 9 games, hitting .325 with 3 home runs and 8 driven in. 2-2. Foul tip and a strikeout. So a leadoff single, but Kennedy gets a double play and his 2nd strikeout. And at the end of 2, the Royals lead 3-0.
Royals run 3-0. Haas got him on the board first. 19th homer. James Shields, he tried to get him on the outside part of the plate. That's where Haas loves it. Oh, man, look at that. Just like he's on a golf tee. Woo, he dropped that right there on the left field line. We've seen it before. Try it again.
That was number 19 for Hosmer, and it was the 18th home run allowed by Shields in 63 innings. shot into right field. So he has a home run to left and a single to right. 2 more hits for Hosmer, and now 139 this year. That's the second most in the league. You can secure your access to potential postseason home games with the postseason push ticket offer. Just place a $250 deposit on a full or half season ticket plan for next season and get an exclusive ticket opportunity throughout this year's postseason. The offer is limited, so take advantage now at Royals.com/postseason push. The Royals are winless so far on this trip. This is game 4. But this is the 3rd time that they have had a 3-0 lead. A 3-0 lead on Wednesday in St. Louis. They had a 3-0 lead on Thursday in St. Louis. Cardinals ended up winning those 2, and now they have a 3-0 lead tonight. Just foul, according to Joe West. That's a great line from Rusty, isn't it?
It is.
You know it's bad when Joe West is telling you to look out. He is so much fun, Rusty Kuntz. White Sox have a chance for 2. It wasn't the prettiest double play. Moncada bobbled and recovered, and then Abreu had to stretch. But the White Sox do get the first 2 outs of the inning. And now Mike Moustakas with 2 down. Our sprint trivia question: name the last 2 left-handed hitting third basemen to lead either league in home runs. The last 2 left-hand hitting third basemen to lead either league in home runs. Al Rosen.
Wow, Big Poppy.
Third baseman.
Oh, third baseman. Rosen. Wow.
So Mike Moustakas has a chance to add his name to that list. Suddenly Aaron Judge is not so far away from the rest of the pack, still having an outstanding rookie year. Mike Moustakas has 2 hits, a double and now a single.
How about Jim Thome?
Good guess. That would be kind of a trick question because we remember him finishing his career as a first baseman in his DH, but he came up as a third baseman. But I hear the answer is no. He never led the league. There he is. Number 1 good guy.
He led the league as a first baseman.
Okay. On Moss. Shields struck him out with a slider in the second inning. Oh, and 2.
How about Greg Nettles?
Very nice, Hud.
That's the player that I've talked to Moose about. I said, Moose, a couple of times in the last 6 years, I've asked Moose to Google Greg Nettles. That's the kind of player, the numbers I would hope that he would hope that he could get someday, because Nettles, he had a nice career.
Shields has struck out 5, but the Royals lead 3-0. Kansas City is brought to you by the Chevy Silverado, the most dependable, longest-lasting, full-size pickup on the road. Find yours at your local Mid-America Chevy dealer. By the Missouri Lottery, every ticket played gives back to Missouri schools. So play it forward with the Missouri Lottery. And by Ford, going further so you can. Ian Kennedy has a 3-0 lead as he pitches to Omar Narvaez, Red Sox catcher, batting 8th. This is outside, ball 1. Makes a play, 1 down in the 3rd inning. Our sprint trivia question: 2 left-hand hitting third basemen have led their league in home runs. HUD has identified Greg Nettles. There's one other. How about Eric Chavez, left-hand hitting third baseman for the A's?
Great guess.
Incorrect.
You know what they called Nettles' nickname was Puff. They called him Puff. And he was the best ever at going up in the clubhouse late in his career. We were teammates with the Expos. He would watch the opposing pitcher for the first 4 innings, and he would come back down and he would say, "I got him." And he would have a tendency that the pitcher was holding his glove a certain way, wiggling a finger, had a little angle on his glove. Any way to pick pitches, he was the best at it that I knew. And always a veteran guy, rode the bench. He was a pinch hitter late in his career. And that was his contribution to the team. Good pitch.
3rd strikeout for Kennedy, 2 down in the 3rd.
Expected fastball, obviously angled, and then he dropped the hammer off the plate and out and got him committed. Look at Drew, nice job. Thumbs out, cradling that ball in, keeping it in the center of his chest protector.
On Leury Garcia, he grounded out to 2nd in the 1st inning.
I wish I'd have known about George Brett attacking Greg Nettles when he was with the Expos. I would have asked Greg Nettles about that, but I didn't know that they had fought like that before.
One of my favorite
Nettles kicked it, right?
Royals highlights, yeah. And then George got up and decked him. A full-out brawl ensued, and nobody got thrown out of the game.
It's beautiful. Nobody got thrown out.
All right, our last guy, our second guy, American League or National League? National League, and I hear it's fairly recent. Butera tags out Garcia. 3 up, 3 down for the White Sox, and 2 more strikeouts for Kennedy. That sends Shields right back out to the mound. Fourth inning. You can show your support for your boys in blue and Royals charities as you drive around town with a personalized Royals license plate. Reserve your customized Royals plate with a $35 donation to Royals charities. This offer is only for Missouri residents. If you'd like to register, go to royals.com/license plates. Fouled away by Alcides Escobar. He tripled, drove in a run, and scored a run. And the Royals' 2-run second inning. Hosmer is homered. Escobar has an RBI triple. Whit Merrifield has an RBI single.
And there's no Royals that I see in the dugout jumping up and down because they have a 3-0 lead. Just like you mentioned before. During this streak, it's been tough. They need to score 8 runs. Give Kennedy some good support here. If they can, just keep attacking, stay at it.
They have 6 hits against Shields in the first 3 innings. Two and two. Shields has been hit hard in the first 3 innings, and he has struck out 5. Heskey steps out to reset. Inside. Shields was a bit stunned that was not a call to strike. 3-2.
First fastball I've seen in on a righty tonight. Coming here on Esco. Well, that wasn't a heater. It's a break. Cutter. Good spot. Didn't get it.
That is foul. The last clue, HUD, was that this other third baseman led the American League, but now he's playing. No, he led the National League, but now he's playing in the American League.
In the minors is what I heard. He's toiling in the minors. Heskey got a nice plate appearance going here. Looking confident.
Oh, I know who it is.
Look at him. Just wearing Shields down. Go ahead. Come on. It's killing me. I can't get it.
Pedro Alvarez.
Wow. Wouldn't have never got it.
I think that's who it is. Line on a short hop to Moncada. So Shields wins the long battle with Escobar. 1 down in the 4th inning. Pedro Alvarez, 36 home runs. Just 4 years ago. Greg Nettles, 32 in 1976.
Wow.
And possibly Mike Moustakas this year. Fastball at 89 is high. Alex took a called third strike in the second inning. Describing his front shoulder turning in and maybe even dipping down. I'm talking about Alex. That would make it hard to turn on a pitch that's inside. There's a base hit into right center field.
Sure,
that sounded like a statement. It was more of a question for you.
Yeah, no, it closes you off, and all you can do is spin. Dale Swain was explaining to me about the leverage. I understand all that. The leverage when you stand up a little higher. He says you want to go low to high, but not high to low. You want to be able to stay out on your front foot. Now he used Moustakas as a great example. Moose, when he hits, he's right out there on his front side, staying through the ball. He's not having any trouble with that. Alex seems to be, spinning and hitting behind the ball. So his weight is not out over his front side.
I brought that up because the pitch before the base hit was in. It was a strike that was in. So if you turn in, you got to pay for that by rotating back out, right?
Yep.
That could be wasted movement.
It is.
So here's a foul ball I was talking about, Hud. Pitch is away. That pitch inside, the league has been challenging him inside all year.
All year.
2-0.
Dale's standing straight up, so he can get back up on that front side. Use the leverage of his left leg. Keep his shoulder out of it.
Strike, and the first strike to Drew Butera. Shields walked him on 4 straight pitches with 2 down in the second inning. That gave Merrifield a chance to hit, and Witt drove in a run. 2 balls, 1 strike. To left field. Garcia back. And has just enough room. Alex tags, heads for second. He's in there. Second base umpire Rob Drake, he was right there. Put himself in a good position to make that call. The White Sox will take another look at it.
That play is easy read for the base runner, and Gordon, he tags. We talked about the outfielders' assists of Yuri Garcia. Alex is able to get his hand in there. That's really nice. Good strong throw from the warning track.
Had a good strong throw, but he took for granted that Alex was not going to tag. That's just kind of coasting back, and then whoop. I think he had more time to get behind it.
Could have. Still made a nice throw. Long way from the warning track.
And I'm guessing that Alex tagged, and maybe even Rusty was suggesting that he tagged because they noticed that Garcia was drifting back. He was not setting himself up like he was expecting Alex to tag and go to second.
Right. So here's what Garcia needs to know, and that's when he's trying to catch that fly ball, he's got to focus on that. The shortstop right there, I'm showing you Anderson, he's the one, as the ball's in the air, he's looking back to see what the runner's doing. And then when you see the runner going back to first, The shortstop says he's tagging, and that lets him know. So it's a team deal. You got to communicate and let the guy know, because it's hard for him to know you're tagging. So middle infielders always are looking back on balls hitting the air. They're looking back if there's runners on base to see what they're doing to try to help the outfielder.
So some signs of youth by both the shortstop and the left fielder on that play.
Right.
Doesn't seem like a big deal right now, but if Merrifield drives in Alex Gordon, it becomes a big deal. 3-0. Witt struck out in the first inning and then singled to center against Shields in the second, driving in Escobar.
Don't think he's going to throw him a 3-0 fastball. Whitley will probably take. Yeah. Elevated too.
.75 pitches in 3 2/3 innings. Back through the middle. Moncada. Great play. Showing off some range and some arm strength to get Merrifield.
Oh man, tell you what, that's over there on the shortstop side.
Actor on Chicago Fire, checking out his Royals leading 3-0. The Sweet Life with Salvi. Enter to win at Royals.com/Salvi for a private meet and greet with Salvador Perez. Attend batting practice, an exclusive VIP suite experience at the game on September 28th. Compliments of Price Chopper. And I think Randy will be happy to know that Salvi is progressing. At about 3 o'clock or so today, he was out there playing catch and doing some different exercises. He played catch 2 days ago, then he worked upper body yesterday. He conditioned out on the field today and played catch. Tomorrow, he told me he'll work the lower body and then hopes that he can catch his first bullpen on Monday. If everything continues to go well, he hopes to start hitting off of a tee in Oakland on Tuesday. But Ned Yost also reminding that take it one day at a time here. He had played catch a couple of days ago, felt a little something, so they backed off for a day. But Salvi said that he felt great today, very upbeat, very optimistic. And I said, anything you want to say to the people, to the fans? And he said, just give me a few more days. Let's wait, and then I'll be ready soon. So he's just going to continue with that progression, but so far so good.
It's nice taking it and mean, when you take it to a point where you feel the injury again, that's too far. So they backed him down right away. You don't want that.
Kennedy blows away Moncada and strikes him out for the second time. And Ian has struck out 5, including the last 3. Speaking of injuries, our University of Kansas Health System injury report update. And as big as it was for the Royals to lose Salvador Perez, the same for Seattle to lose James Paxton. He was a handful when the Royals faced him on the last homestand. He is out with a strained left pec muscle and a big chest muscle. He could miss up to 3 weeks. They've got Felix Hernandez on the disabled list right now. And Hisashi Iwakuma. How about that team? If they have a healthy Felix Hernandez, James Paxton, and Hisashi Iwakuma.
Man.
One and one on Abreu. He singled to left center in the first inning. High and deep to left field. Alex leaping. Oh man, he just missed it. Jose Abreu homers to make it a 3-1 game, but Alex Gordon, he got to the right spot. He timed it. He used the fence for some leverage and almost made an amazing catch.
Abreu is just unbelievable. That's his 11th home run and his 9th solo home run against the Royals in his career. It got in on him. It jammed him. He didn't barrel that. Alex. Oh.
Oh, man.
Great effort.
Avisail Garcia doubled his first time. It's outside for ball 1. 377 runs driven in for Abreu since 2014. And on our Kubota power stats, that is in the top 5 in the major leagues. Garcia doubled up the left field line in the first inning. Abreu ran through a stop sign, ran right by his third base coach Nick Capra, and on that play the Royals threw out Abreu at the plate to end the inning. The second out on the bases that the White Sox made in that first inning.
I just thought, as Drew goes to talk to Kennedy, I just thought that Capra waited a little bit too long to put the stop sign up. Abreu was just hitting third and he put it up. And this is back in the first inning. This is a big opportunity. But look at Alex. Look at Alex off balance there. That's nice. You know, watch Abreu. He's going to look up right here, but now he sees the stop sign and I'm going to keep going. Just a little bit too late. Sometimes you got to let him know a little bit sooner. Especially if you're a big guy like he is. Good pitch. I believe Ian's command is better tonight, so far. He's able to hit his spots. Came back over the middle. That'll show you some of the late life he's got on that four-seamer.
Well, it proves the point too that it is a four-seamer. You know, hitters will say that's not a four-seamer. It's got too much movement, but you can tell by that rotation. I mean, that's a four-seam fastball, but he's got that natural ride to it.
And that's in the category of spin rate. It's not a curve. A lot of that term was invented mainly for curveballs, I believe.
Where did it get him?
Bad spot.
He's having a tough time taking his batting glove off.
You know, the wrist area right there. And Daryl Boston, he played for a long time. He knows what that's like. Tough.
Nicky Delmonico singled in the second inning, becoming the first player in White Sox history to reach base in his first 11 games. And that can't feel very good.
No, and you know, I just started talking about how good Kennedy's command is. So he's wavered a little here.
Just missed 2-0. I think the assumption is made when a pitcher hits a batter, you think, well, that pitch really got away from him. You know, he missed badly, but watch where Abreu is hit related to the inside part of the plate. Look where his hands are, or Garcia rather. Look at, I mean, that is not that far inside.
Yep. He's up on the dish, isn't he?
Two and two.
Delmonico, he's got a nice swing, compact. They say, you know, the scouting report on him is he's a pure hitter.
Deep conversation between Abreu and Shields. Nicky Delmonico comes from a baseball family. His father, Rod, was the head baseball coach at the University of Tennessee for 18 years. So he would have had Luke Hochever. He was at Tennessee. So I imagine Hoch knew a young Nicky Delmonico.
Yeah, how was Hoch, by the way? Heard anything?
Nothing lately, but knowing him, he is making the most of his slow recovery from thoracic outlet surgery. Chase Headley also played with Hoch. JP Arancibia.
Price?
That was Vanderbilt.
Okay.
Julio Bourbon, outfielder, spent a little time in the big leagues, and many others. And Joe Randa. Joe Randa was a Tennessee Volunteer.
Joker.
Still 2-2.
He's taking some good rips here. He's getting close. Kennedy, Butera, be careful here. Just missing.
another foul ball. He has fouled off 6 in a row. He has fouled off 7 in a row. This will be the 10th pitch of this at bat.
Usually the advantage goes to the hitter. He's in swing mode now. See if Kennedy can maybe put one up above the belt, way above the belt, see if he can get a swing and miss up there. But that's where he's fouling him off now. He's trying to get him up there. Get all the foul ball marks on that bat.
Got him with a fastball. It took 10 pitches, but Kennedy strikes out Delmonico, and Ian has 6.
Stayed convicted, but this time it was away. Got him. Look at that. Wow, that's a lot of pitches the young man saw. But look at the run on that heater. He went over his bat.
Piling up the strikeouts tonight with his fastball. Remember last year, Kennedy had more strikeouts with a four-seam fastball than any pitcher in the major leagues. 145.
It's an impressive number, especially the way hitters like the fastball. Took advantage of it. Over aggressive.
On the ground to Witt. And that'll do it. So Abreu hits a one-out home run to get Chicago on the board. At the end of 4, the Royals lead 3-1. Royals. Ian Kennedy, his ERA, I showed you early in the broadcast, in his previous 4 starts was over 7. Tonight, he has given up just 1 run in the first 4 innings. For The Royals have scored 3 runs on 7 hits against James Shields in 4 innings. And a breaking ball for a strike to Lorenzo Cain. Cain, Hosmer, and Cabrera coming up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Shields. And he's had 78 pitches, and you think, well, that's not a big number. They're starting to move around in the White Sox bullpen, and here's why. 07 to 2015, he was big innings, big pitch count. But the trouble began for him the beginning of the 2016 season, and going from 74% of his starts, 100 or more pitches, to now fewer than half of his starts. Does he get to 100 or more pitches? He has struck out 6, all with either a curveball or a slider. He has struck out Cain twice, and there's 1 down in the 5th.
Off the plate in a way.
And now Shields, we saw this when he was with the Royals. He will position the defense himself. Hosmer takes a strike. Eric homered to left in the 1st inning and then singled to right in the 3rd. Interesting that he was moving around Moncada, the 2nd baseman, because Hosmer got his base hit in between Anderson, the shortstop, and Moncada on the right side. 0-2.
They could play him that well, that way all they want. They're positioned him. They've got 1, 2, 3 over here on the right side, and look at where he gets his hits. I don't know. Go figure. All that area there on the left side. Worked that time.
That's the shortstop Anderson over on the right side. 2 down. Don't forget, you can stream games live on your mobile device. If you can't catch us on television, just download the Fox Sports Go app, log in, and stream the Royals. 2 down, Melky Cabrera. He is grounded out to the right side twice, one of which was a double play. Fastball at 89 for strike 1. Oh, and 2. Just got a piece of it. After the 2014 season, the White Sox gave Melky a 3-year contract for a good chunk of change, which surprised some. I always think it's interesting when a player signs with a team and you wonder, huh, that's interesting. Look at what he did against that team in his career. And that's part of the answer to the question right there. They probably got tired of him wearing them out. Said, you know what? If he's going to hit like that here in Chicago, we may as well put a White Sox uniform on it.
That's right. That's how it happens.
Still 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch number 90 is coming up. Still alive. Good ratio. 60 strikes, 30 balls. The Royals have 3 runs, 7 hits. James Shields has thrown 32% fastballs tonight, Hood.
You can tell by the way he's spinning.
And that fastball hits Melky Cabrera, and Shields has his first 3 up, 3 down inning. Royals fans are happy so far. 3-1 KC.
Let's go!
By Dodge. Join the Brotherhood of Muscle at the Dodge Summer Clearance event going on now. And by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. There is not a single cloud in sight in any part of Chicago. Temperatures in the mid-70s. That was at first pitch. Right now it is 71 degrees. 1-1 on Tim Anderson. Kennedy struck him out in the second inning. Seven, 8, 9 hitters are coming up. It is 1-2. Kennedy has struck out 6. He has allowed 1 run, 4 hits in his first 4 innings. Still 1-2. Two and 2 on Anderson. Narvaez is on deck. Tim Anderson last year made his big league debut against the Royals. And he got his first big league hit against Ian Kennedy. He got a double. Hit it up the third base line just like that foul ball, and he scored his big league run, first big league run in that inning. Now he goes the other way. Anderson with very good speed. He'll stop at second base with a leadoff double. That is the 5th hit for the White Sox tonight.
Staying away from him, that's for sure. But that one he picked out. Anderson had an idea by the previous pitches. He was trying to get him out of the way, and he went with it. Melky, nice job barehanding it off the wall and getting it in without a crow hop.
Narvaez fly to left his first time up. That will not advance the runner. One down. All right, what else is going on in the division? The showstopper, this is Jay Bruce. The Indians just picked him up in a trade with the Mets, and in his 3rd game with Cleveland, he is 2 for 3 with a double and 2 driven in at Tampa Bay. Cleveland leads Minnesota by 3.5, the Royals by 5, and Minnesota is leading at Detroit 11-6 in the top of the 7th inning. Detroit scored 5 in the first inning against Jose Barrios. That's a 2nd straight start that Barrios has given up 5 in the first inning. Short hop Moustakas. That'll take care of Engel. But then Jordan Zimmerman, Tiger starter, gave up a combined 7 runs in the 2nd and 3rd innings.
Uncle. Wow. Kennedy's liking how this inning's finishing up here. Lead-off double, got a couple outs, moves with a nice play coming, getting it there. It's the speedy.
Leury Garcia. Fly ball left field. The White Sox get a leadoff double and fail to score as Kennedy gets Narvaez, Engel, and Garcia. So at the end of 5, with Mike Moustakas coming up, the Royals lead 3-1. Kennedy's given up 1 run in his first 5 innings tonight. Mike Moustakas, Brandon Moss, Alcides Escobar coming up in our Sonic Slam inning. Our contestant is Joni Coons from Buckner. If the Royals hit a home run out of the park, Joni wins $100. We had a winner last night. If the Royals hit a grand slam out of the park, Joni wins 25 grand from Sonic and the Royals. It was Mike Moustakas who turned in the winner in the Sonic Slam inning last night.
Could do it again. Aggressive early.
And if he does hit a home run, that would put him a triple shy of hitting for the cycle.
Tough chore in this ballpark.
Good rip. No balls, 2 strikes. His next triple will be his first.
Yeah, it's a small ballpark. It's tough to get a 3-bagger even if you can fly.
Gonna try and get him with a curveball. It stayed up and it's hit a mile, but foul. All the way to the far end of the club level. Shields has retired 7 of the last 8. That after giving up all 3 runs and 6 hits in the first 3 innings. 1-2.
In my conversation with Dale Swain today, we talked about the success that Moose is having. It's because of he's able to get out in front, out over that stiff front side. He talks about his leg right here. This stiff front side is important for leverage. That's why he's getting Alex to stand up, so you have a little bit of leverage. And when that front side, when you get out over it, it's where the hips allow the whip to get the power. And he just goes back with his hands, just goes back a little bit to come forward. It's like drawing back a bow and arrow. Pull that bow back,
Straight back,
and then let it go to go back to go forward,
as opposed to Alex tucking in that shoulder.
Yeah, turning it in. And Moose has been successful all year long because his mechanics have been just perfect.
On the ground to Moncada. 1 away in the 6th inning. It is almost time to send the kids back to school. How about outfitting them with a great deal from the Royals? You sign the kids up for the Blue Crew, your little one will receive a Royals youth jersey, a flat bill cap, 2 ticket vouchers, a free stadium tour, and more for just $30. Join now at Royals.com/Blue Crew. Brandon Moss, to this point, is not picking up the ball out of James Shields' hand. Shields has struck him out twice on sliders down and out of the strike zone.
Too aggressive.
So Shields is going to do that. He's going to continue to throw it. We'll see how far Moss will go. 99 pitches. Chris Beck is warming up in the White Sox bullpen. Interesting that Narvaez and Shields had a little chat, and then Narvaez wanted Shields to shake the signs off. So I'm trying to get in Moss's head.
That's right, and that does it.
2-2.
69-mile-an-hour breaking balls. He's trying to flip the slow ones up there.
I would think something was up if pitcher and catcher have a conversation, and then all of a sudden the pitcher's shaking the catcher off. I mean, come on, weren't they just talking about what they were going to throw?
You'd think.
Shields strikes out Moss for a third time. And Shields, he said something to the Royals dugout. With 7 strikeouts.
I don't know, Brent, he's definitely not picking the ball up.
So he set down 9 of 10. And now he gets Escobar, who's hit the ball hard twice. Strike over the outside.
He's always chirped a little bit. I'm not sure. I couldn't tell what direction that was going. Was he looking at our dugout? I don't know.
It looked like at our dugout, but if I was reading his lips, it looked like he was saying something about the ball being on the black.
Maybe to the umpire.
Right, so you're not looking right at him to show him up, but you're still sending the message. Who knows?
He's fired up.
3-1 Royals to the bottom of the 6th. The Royals need to pitch better tonight, and so far Ian Kennedy has given up 1 run, 5 hits in 5 innings.
So far, so good. Using that defense, he'll take the double play. That's the 10th that he's induced this year. Heater working it. Look at the breaker. Keeping it off the middle of the plate. That's the idea, whole key. And that's what Dave Island was saying. He's got to be able to command and locate.
And well-located fastball to jump ahead of Moncada. No walks, 6 strikeouts. He has struck out Moncada twice. And it's 0-2. Fastball changeup to Moncada. James Shields, after getting in trouble in the first 2 innings and giving up 3 runs, set down 10 of the last 11. A 3-pitch strikeout for Ian Kennedy, and he has handed Moncada the hat trick. And that's 7 strikeouts for Kennedy.
Beautiful job. Not wasting any time. He challenged him right there. Moncada, he was out ahead of that like that was a changeup. He see, Ian, he holds that changeup grip all the time before he puts his hand in his glove. He has a patch sewn over his index finger too.
The only run Kennedy has given up tonight was a home run to Jose Abreu, his 20th. $15 of which have been on the road. His first 13 home runs this year were away from Chicago. And Alex almost ended up with one of the best catches of his career.
Yep. Just missed.
One and two. Jose Abreu with that home run in the 4th inning became the first player in White Sox history to begin a career with 4 consecutive 20 home run seasons. Two balls, 2 strikes. His rookie season, he was the unanimous American League Rookie of the Year. That was back in 2014, but he had a lot of high-level baseball experience playing in Cuba.
They gave him a nice big contract for an unproven commodity.
Less than a foot. You're not sending over many little dudes lately. Abreu, Puig, Soler, Moncada.
These guys are all put together.
Man. Cespedes. Thank you, Joel. Second home run of the game for Jose Abreu. It is now 3-2.
Ooh, that is a hanging changeup. Sped his bat up and he hit it a ton.
You brought it up after he hit his first home run. He's got a good number of home runs against the Royals, but most of them have come with nobody on. That was his 12th career home run against the Royals, 10 with nobody on base. So very few of them have hurt the Royals.
Interesting.
But he does make it a 1-run game. Garcia grounds it to the right side. Witt cuts it off and throws wild. Butera in the right spot. And now they've got Garcia in a rundown. And he is surrounded by a swarm of Royals. Every Royal that was available on the field came running to first or second base.
Melky wanted a piece of the action. He was in there. Alex Gordon was just off the dirt. They all wanted to make sure they got him. Now Whitley, his momentum spun him and he couldn't get his feet underneath him. Drew happened to be right there. Darryl Boston, the first base coach, was saying, please don't go. 1, 2 throws. Look at Melky running in from right field.
It looked like there was a fight at second base. Almost looked like guys from the bullpen were running in and wanting a part of that rundown.
I like that. These guys are putting it out there. They are hustling. They're playing the game the best way they can. Drew Butera backing up in the right place, right time. The fact that Alex and Melky were in the infield tells me they're doing everything possible they can during this down period where the ship is taking on water. They're doing everything they need to be doing.
1-1 on Delmonico. If you're wondering the scoring on that play, it's a single, and then Garcia is out 4-2, 6-3-6. 4-2-6-3-6, which I think is also the zip code in Vermont. Now, I said that sarcastically, but Dave Holtzman has informed me that 42636 is the zip code in Big Bear, California.
Hey,
yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah, you've probably spent some time there. I've spent some time in Big Bear.
Skiing resort.
Yeah,
there. Love it. Good for the kids. Nice little mountain.
No swing. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Delmonico struck out against Kennedy in the 4th inning, but it took 10 pitches. The Royals' 3-0 lead is now a 3-2 lead. Well to center field, but Kane is right there. So Abreu homers. The Royals heads up on defense, get Garcia after an infield single. The Royals lead by 1. Brought to you by Jack in the Box. Come try the new $4.99 Smoky Jack Burger Combo with small fries and a drink for a limited time only. And by Academy Sports and Outdoors, for all, for less. It is absolutely perfect in Chicago tonight. Ian Kennedy has got 6 innings. He has given up 2 solo home runs to Jose Abreu. Otherwise, it's been a strong night for him. Chris Beck is a Chevy call to the bullpen after James Shields gave up 3 runs in 6 innings.
Offense hitting 270. Not a lot of strikeouts.
Phillips 66 shows us what's in the tank. the White Sox have put quite a burden on a pretty young bullpen, but they've hung in there in their last 13 games with a 2.79 ERA and an opponent's batting average of just 185. And I say put them in a tough situation because the White Sox starting rotation has thrown the fewest innings of any rotation in the American League. So the bullpen has had to pick up the slack. And the White Sox have traded away 4 key relievers. Garcia waits in left field. Alex is 1 for 3 tonight, 1 down in the 7th inning. David Robertson is gone. Anthony Swarzak is gone. Dan Jennings is gone. Tommy Kahnle. 4 of those guys traded away, and yet the bullpen is still hanging in there.
Yeah, and this young man, Chris Beck, low to mid-90s with his fastball, the velocity slider changeup.
Drew walked in the 2nd inning. That set up Whit Merrifield RBI single with 2 outs. Goes down to that foul ball.
Oh, shin right above the ankle.
Two and one. Last year, the White Sox led the American League in blown saves. Base hit just over Sanchez. Drew takes a wide turn, but he'll hold. He's at first base with 1 out.
Boy, he picked the right time to hit it over this 3rd baseman. Yomer, he's not all that tall. And he had a little taller 3rd baseman. Might have got robbed. I like that big turn too at first base by Drew. Looking for more. Looking for a double.
Here's Witt with 1 out. He has driven in 1 of the 3 runs. Sanchez backhands out at second. Double play. Stretch time in Chicago. The Royals lead 3-2.
tonight. Hey, now that's been a pleasant change. Look at the pick. That's a nice pick right there and a huge out for Kennedy. Now this looked like trouble in the first. Watch Alex, off balance, hits it right to Escobar. Escobar, no problem. That was Alex Gordon's 82nd career assist. Now watch this. Okay, Witt did all he could to get out. There was a base hit, but look where Drew was. Yeah, Drew right there behind where he should be. A nice little two-throw rundown. 1, 2. Look at the outfielder Milky coming in there. The little things they're doing tonight are helping Ned. Can they just hold on? It's been kind of a rough stretch, and during this rough stretch they've been in, the defense hasn't really helped all that much. 8 errors in the last 5 games. That is not like the Royals, but it happens. Just 43 early.
Yolmer Sanchez. He just started a double play on defense in the top of the 7th. He grounded into one in the 2nd, and he's also grounded out in the 4th. Got Butera. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mike Moustakas is the designated go talk to the pitcher, and the catcher or the home plate umpire gets hit by a foul ball.
Yeah, no, he goes in anytime, any chance, and that's okay. He's the closest into him.
Chopped out to Witt, and a short toss over to Hosmer, and Sanchez is grounded out 3 times. A week from tonight, the Cleveland Indians will be at Kauffman Stadium, and we will have Legends Night presented by Royals Authentics. Former Royals pitcher and all-time strikeout leader Kevin Appier will be there. He'll participate in a pregame autograph session, and then the first 20,000 fans through the gates receive Kevin Appier bobblehead presented by Commerce Bank. Kevin Appier, part of his pitching motion was to reach. We say, you know, he really reached back and let it go. Well, for Appier, those words were true. I mean, he would almost touch the back of the mound when he would reach back for unloading. Here's the 95th pitch by Kennedy, and it's outside. 2-0 on Anderson. Just missed. 3-0. Anderson is on with 1 out. And that is Kennedy's first walk. And that's enough for Ned Yost to point to his bullpen and bring in Scott Alexander to face Omar Narvaez. Rick Renteria does have some right-hand bats on his bench. Ian Kennedy departs after 6 1/3 innings, giving up 2 runs. He's responsible for the runner at first. And Scott Alexander is a Chevy call to the bullpen. Departs with a runner at first and one out. Time for the unlimited baseball break, brought to you by T-Mobile. Games involving our division. A wild one in Detroit with Minnesota. Joe Mauer's driven in 5, and Mike Clevenger goes 7 scoreless innings. And Cleveland shuts out Tampa Bay for a second straight game, 3-0 tonight. So the Royals need a win to stay 5 games back in the Central. Here's Scott Alexander with 1 on, 1 out.
Yep, this is not getting any easier. Alexander, nice job with that 1-pitch sinker baller. He's induced 9 ground ball double plays in 47 1/3 innings. That's excellent. That's what he's in here for right now. Pick up Kennedy, hopefully in the role of Warrenburg. Take a look at Alexander's splits. Lefties hit a little bit higher for an average. Righties 246. He prefers to face righties because they all try to pull him. The sinker ball comes down and in to the back leg, and they hit the top of the ball.
Oh, 1 on Narvaez.
Okay, the miles per hour there, 93, 92, that's exactly where Island wants his velocity. He has the ability to rush it up there in 95 and 96. We've seen some hard, firm fastballs from him. But he's not allowing the ball to sink when he uses that kind of velocity. That was part of the meeting the other day he had with the relievers. He says, look, just be yourself. There it was, that's up.
Anderson will go first to third. Narvaez is digging for second. He has a double. The tying run is at third. The go-ahead run is at second base with 1 out.
Up in the zone is not good for a sinker baller. That's belt high, right over the middle.
Alexander will get a right-hand batter in Adam Engel. A .206 hitter. He is 0 for 2. He didn't look like a .206 hitter last night. He had 2 triples. It's been a tough stretch for the Royals bullpen. The same Royals bullpen who had the lowest ERA in the major leagues in July. In August, there's been an issue, and in the last 15 games, the bullpen ERA is over 6. Up and away, 1 ball, 1 strike.
They have got to get back to their down in the zone ways. That streak, amazing. When we talk about the offense, how they go a little streaky. Bullpen showing signs of streakiness. Same way with the starting rotation. All of it streaky.
One and 2. The Royals play this with the corners in and the middle of the infield back. So with Alexander, you could play with the infield in, being a ground ball pitcher, but as the old saying goes, and there's no way to prove it, you give the hitter 100 points to his batting average when you play in. You tear a big block with a runner at third and a fast runner at third. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Just wants to leave the infield back with Narvaez there. The winning run, potential winning run. Second base, get those infielders a little bit more range.
foul ball. Well, you're bringing in a reliever to come in and stop the bleeding. But during the Royals' losing streak, 5-game losing streak, in each of those 5 games, the first reliever in has allowed a run. Alexander's going to try and stop that right here.
You know his sinker ball's working when you're seeing that many foul balls off the plate. It's the sink. That's exactly what he wants. Now it's too bad he didn't do that against Narvaez, the catcher, but maybe you throw one up around the letters here, you might get a swing and miss.
Ground ball, foul. Not reviewable.
It's a good camera angle right there.
Tough to tell. I mean, it's where the ball is when it goes over third base. Hunter Wendelstedt was right there.
Engel trying to pull everything.
Ground ball to Moustakas. Anderson holds out at first, 2 down.
Let's check out the pitch sequence here. 94 down. Look at the movement. Now that one got away from him there. 93. 86. What's that? 92, 92, 94. Look at those, man. That's why you call them a worm burner. Out in front of home plate. Hitter's going to hit the ball on the ground, the dirt. Got the out.
Garcia was 0 for 3 against Kennedy. Ian is responsible for the runner at third. Alexander for the runner at second. Oh and 1. He has a little higher batting average, Garcia does, from this side of the plate. One and 1. That ball just disappeared on Garcia.
Sure did. You got to make sure you're careful with him because he's hitting 292 overall. But look what he's doing with 2 outs. It's been tough. Keep that ball right down there.
Another important stop by Butera. Now they'll talk it over. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Alexander has not pitched since Wednesday, and he went 2 2/3 innings. Second time he's done that. He has allowed at least a run in each of his last 5 appearances. The White Sox have been doing a lot of that against Alexander in this inning, just pounding one foul after another into the dirt. Kennedy worked around a leadoff double in the 5th inning. The White Sox had runners at second and third with 1 out in this inning, and now 2 down. And a line drive base hitting to center field. Narvaez is going to run on Kane. Here's the throw. He got around it, and the White Sox take the lead.
you have those kind of numbers, you know it with runners in scoring position. You're looking for it. Stayed out over the plate, right back up the middle. Very nice hitting. Clutch hitting. Good throw by Locane. Not in time.
That's the third time in 4 games on this trip that the Royals have had an early 3-0 lead and have not been able to maintain the lead. Here's Moncada batting right-handed for the first time tonight. One run is charged to Kennedy, 1 to Alexander. So Kennedy gives up 3 runs, 7 hits, and 6 in the 3rd innings. Oh, and 1.
Three strikeouts. Moncada, he looking for the golden sombrero, isn't he?
I don't know if he's looking for that.
No, you're right. He's not looking, but Alexander's looking to get in there.
Two and 1.
Although striking out is not like it used to be. It used to have players in the olden days had more pride in not letting the pitcher strike you out. Nowadays, that's kind of gone. It's gone away with the big swings and the home
Just an
run.
out.
Yep.
Good pitch, 2 and 2. Moncada gets the golden sombrero, but the White Sox score 2 runs, and they lead for the first time tonight 4-3 to the 8th inning. Eric Hosmer with 2 down in the 1st inning. Hits his 19th home run of the year. The Royals had a 3-0 lead when Jose Abreu homered in the 4th inning, and then he homered again in the 6th inning to make it 3-2. And the White Sox just got this 2-out, 2-run single from Leury Garcia, and they take a 4-3 lead into the 8th inning. James Shields gave up his 3 runs in the first 2 innings and then finished with 4 scoreless innings and retired 10 of the last 11.
8 strikeouts. That's as good. That might be one of his best outings of the year.
Chris Beck stays on for the 8th inning. He gave up a 1-out single in the 7th to Butera and then got Merrifield to ground into a double play. He'll get Kane, Hosmer, and Cabrera in the 8th. It is 1-1 on Kane. Well, the Royals have been known this year for their comeback wins. They have 33, but they have been allowing comeback wins so far on this trip. What late inning magic do they have tonight? 1-2 on Kane. Two and two. And now full count.
Okay, got to get a little something happening here. You just never know in this game. The Royals can come back, find a way to get a win here in game 2 of the 3-game set. Could propel them and get them energized, but it's yet to be seen. See what they got. Might get them going. Okay.
Kane comes back and gets a leadoff walk. Exactly what the Royals needed. The Royals in Fox Sports Kansas City are offering a unique way for fans across the Midwest to enjoy a game at Conference Stadium. It's the Raised Royal Fan Express, and the next stop is St. Joe on August 19th. Go to Royals.com/Fan Express for more information. The Royals come right back with a leadoff walk to begin the 8th inning. And now Aaron Bummer comes out of the White Sox bullpen. They come with a leadoff walk, and Eric Hosmer digs in. We remind you that MLB.TV Premium is the #1 live streaming sports service, allowing you to watch every out-of-market game live at home, in the office, or on the go. Blackout restrictions do apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. Royals just saw Aaron Bummer for the first time last night. He pitched 2 innings. 2 scoreless innings. He did give up a double to Melky Cabrera.
And he looked good. He had good life on his sinker slider. Lefty's not doing much at all. 154 average, couple of homers. See Haas keep the line moving. He's going to try to sink the ball away and break the off-speed pitch away. That's a good recipe for a base hit to the opposite field. Try to pull it. Sometimes they roll over. They got 3 guys on that right side of that infield.
Two-0 on Hosmer. He faced Bummer last night and grounded back to the left-hander. Last year, the White Sox bullpen had the most blown saves in the American League, 28. This year, they have the fewest saves in the league, 16. Chopped out to Moncada. He bobbles, trying to get Kane, the lead runner, at second base. So the White Sox get an out, but it's Hosmer at first. And the tying runs in scoring position.
Turned out to be a productive out. It's a good thing. That's what happens. You try to pull it. The sinker baller. He made a good pitch on it.
Melky is 0 for 3 tonight. Slider for a strike. He doubled against Aaron Bummer. Going the other way, doubled up the right field line. Way outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. So very few saves for the White Sox bullpen. So you might be thinking, well, they have a lot of blown saves, right? No. They have the second fewest blown saves. So it has been such a bad year for their starting rotation. There just hasn't been a whole lot of save opportunities. Melky chases one down and in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Detroit Tigers have just walked off the Minnesota Twins. Cleveland has won 3-0. Detroit got 5 in the first. Then Minnesota scored 11 runs between the 3rd and 6th innings. And then the Tigers scored 6 runs in the final 3 innings.
Wow.
Justin Upton hit a walk-off home run, 2-run home run to win it.
Man, there's some shady bullpen work there.
Here it is. Runner at first, nobody out, against Matt Belisle. It's one thing for the left fielder to stand like a statue when he knows it's gone. It's something else when that left fielder is jogging into the dugout as that ball is still in flight. That's what Eddie Rosario was doing on that home run to left. What a wild game in Detroit. It is 2-2 on Melky Cabrera. Still 2-2.
Thinking Melky might pull on the infield, that's for sure. Anderson, the shortstop, playing a little bit towards the hole. But Garcia, who normally plays really shallow, he's deep. They're playing him pulled over in center field with Engel. Just find a hole. Nope.
No swing. So from 1-2 to 3-2. The count was 1-2 on Kane, and he ended up walking. And now Melky was down 1-2, and he has a full count. Mike Moustakas is on deck. Fouled away. Kane almost took off and went for third as that pitch was coming in. His jump was so big, and Bummer hadn't thrown yet, that Lorenzo figured it was too good to be true, and he stopped. And now I think he's, even though it was a foul ball, it doesn't matter, but a little mad at himself that he didn't just keep going. Royals are down, but they've had more opportunities with a runner in scoring position tonight. Now the White Sox making sure Kane doesn't take off again, and Moncada made a move for second base. Hit well. Deep left center field. It is gone. Melky Cabrera against his former team, and that is his third home run since joining the Royals. And the Royals come right back in the 8th inning and lead 5-4.
There it was. A great opportunity for the Royals to get some kind of life and momentum, scoring some late runs, and he dropped the head right on that sinker. Yeah, he did. Great job of staying down through it on his front side, keeping the front side stiff. Tremendous clutch homer. That brought some life back to the Royals.
He has driven in 11 in his last 8 games.
Stay hot. Drive it.
And he has officially received his last ovation on the south side of Chicago.
So what? He did.
Engel over toward left center field to get Moustakas, and there are 2 down.
Well, last night the young Aaron Bummer came in. The first time they'd seen him, he looked good. Melky hit a double off him. He was the only guy to blemish him, and now he gets him again. This time a 2-runner.
Brandon Moss is glad that James Shields is no longer in the game.
Moss hits lefties better because he says he's able to keep his front shoulder in and go the other way. Hard to figure. He says he has trouble with the breaking balls from righties in. He pulls the shoulder out. He knows against the lefties, got to really keep that front side closed. Big walk by Locaine.
2-2. That's the third baseman Sanchez. Melky Cabrera hits a 2-run home run to give his team the lead. Good news for the Royals. But for the White Sox, it's a bummer. next day of filling. Melky Cabrera, our Jeep drive of the game to put the Royals in front.
He hit that to the Milky Way. Believe it. That ball was tattered and battered. He knew it. Backspin. Nice try by Engel. Hang with him. Maybe, just maybe, that's the hit it'll take to get him back where they need to be. Got to have some good pitching though here. Shut him down.
Fastball strike to Abreu. He is homered twice. He was 3 for 3 against Kennedy. It'll be Abreu, Garcia, and Delmonico against Soria, who's on for the 52nd time.
Fastball, slider, curve, change, split finger. Slow curves. Abreu up again. Good pitch, getting ahead of him. This guy scares you.
Two out of 9 with a home run in the past against Soria. Soria allowed a run in his last appearance. That was Thursday night in St. Louis. After getting the first 2 outs, allowed a walk and a double. And that's what helped set up the White Sox 2-run 7th inning tonight. A walk and a double. And then Leury Garcia with runners at second and third and 2 down put Chicago in front. And the Royals answered immediately with a 2-run home run from Melky Cabrera. Terra down to first and completes a strikeout. 1 down in the 8th inning.
Good location with that slow curve. That's exactly where he wanted it. Perfect. The first 2 fastballs to Abreu were right there over the plate, and he took them. And that's set up that nice little bouncer. Beauty. Had him way out in front. Drew keeping it in front of him.
That's the first time Abreu has been retired. Avisail Garcia has yet to make an out tonight. Deep third, fair ball, a rocket throw across the diamond, and Moustakas gets Garcia.
Oh, great pickup. You can tell Moose's leg is feeling much better. Nick Kinney, head athletic trainer for the Royals, told me before the game that the color Moose's leg is coming back. It's not the color of Saturn anymore. The bruise is gone. You could tell. Good range, tremendous arm. You don't get anything on that throw unless you have a good foundation going that way. Right over the top. Beauty.
I'd like to know what the velocity was on that throw.
How about it? Stayed right on it. On top. That ball stays straight as a string to Haas. Beautiful. Seeing some good defense tonight. That timely hit. That's what we talked about in our open. All it takes is one little thing. That ball just went right over the base.
1-1 on Nicky Delmonico. Two. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. To Hosmer. So 2 hard hit balls up the line, but outs. And the White Sox go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 8th. The Royals will try and add on with Escobar, Gordon, and Butera. The White Sox took the lead in the 7th inning, and now the Royals lead 5-4 into the 9th. So if they win tonight, the deciding game will be tomorrow afternoon. Two lefties, Jason Vargas going for his 14th win against Derek Holland, who's trying to avoid his 12th loss. And Holland's ERA is 5.25. Jake Petrichka is on for just the 17th time. It's his first appearance against the Royals this year. He has been on the disabled list twice this season.
Yeah, 7.79 ERA, 3.38 opponent average. He's been missing out over the middle.
Royals have Escobar, Gordon, and Butera coming up. Royals scored 3 in the first 2 innings, and Escobar drove in one of those runs and scored.
Twitchka. He's got a mid-90s fastball, slider, changeup.
Line to deep left field and off the fence. Escobar into second base. He's got a leadoff double in the 9th inning. Garcia did not get a good bounce off the left field fence. Otherwise, that plays a lot closer.
Esky's 23rd double. That's just one behind the team leader Whitley Merrifield with 24. I mean, he waited. He got that ball. He barreled that as good as any. If he just gets under it a little fraction of an inch lower, he'd have had him a homer. That ball was tagged. Hit the top of the wall, kind of bit down. See if Alice can make a productive hit to right field or an out. Pull him, get him over. Little insurance won't hurt. Get him in. 269 average with risks. Not too shabby.
One ball, one strike. Keeps the ball out in front of him. Pirates has faced his pitcher 5 times and has made 1 out. That got Narvaez. So you want to be a catcher, huh, kid?
Alex now doing everything he can to try to pull that. That ball's on the outer half. He's trying to get that productive out. Or move the runner with a hit.
What planet is that bruise going to look like?
That's a Saturn, a potential Saturn. Takes a while for it to get that way.
Big strikeout for Petrichka. So no advance. Escobar's at second base with 1 out.
Changeup got him.
Drew Butera has walked and singled. This is his first at bat against Petrichka. Over the inside for strike 1. Herrera is set to face Yolmer Sanchez, Tim Anderson, and Omar Narvaez. Out over the plate and a fly ball to center field. Escobar to the bag, tags and holds. Runner at second, 2 down. So let's see if Merrifield can drive in another run with 2 outs. That's what he did back in the second inning. Drove in Escobar with a single to center field. He is 1 for 4. Trying a little hidden ball trick there.
Yeah, about it.
Which you can't do with the pitcher on the mound. Kind of a little inconspicuous way of sliding that ball to the catcher.
Yeah, it used to be that you had to be off of the dirt. I believe they've changed the rules since then. You can be on the dirt, but you can't be on the slab. I'll have to check into that further. I pulled it off a few times. It worked. And that pitcher loved me forever. A couple times it worked. They were like, oh, thanks for that easy out you just got.
At the big league level?
Never got in the big league level. Minors. Remember, I was a 10-year guy. I spent a lot of time out there.
Just missed down and away, 2-0. Two and 1. Petrichka has a couple of baseballs on his mantle that are related to the Royals. He got his first major league win and his first major league save against the Royals. Two and 2. Alcides Escobar with the Royals ahead by 1 led off the 9th inning with a double, and then Petrichka struck out Gordon, and he got Butera on a fly ball to center field. full count. Lorenzo Cain is on deck. Both teams have a blown save tonight. Look at Narvaez again.
Got him on the shoulder, look like.
So he has an entire solar system of bruises on his body tonight.
That's right.
One that looks like Saturn. Why Saturn?
Well, it's the one, if I'm not mistaken, but you know how accurate I am about the solar.
It's got some blues and greens.
Yeah,
in
it's
it,
got yellow. Yellow is a color that we see on bruises as well. I've seen some pretty good ones.
Foul ball. Saturn is a planet.
Thank you. Can you pull up a picture?
Wi-Fi at the moment is a bit slow at Guaranteed Rate Field.
Yeah.
I think it was a little faster when it was U.S. Cellular Field.
Yep.
Sanchez scoops and throws, and Petrichka works around the leadoff double. Kelvin Herrera will be on in the bottom of the ninth to get Sanchez, Anderson, and Narvaez.
At Guaranteed Rate Field as the Royals trying to lock up their first victory on this road trip. Joel Goldberg getting ready for Boulevard Royals Live, and when this one is over, we'll talk about some Melky magic. Can that stand here tonight? Melky against his former team, plus Ian Kennedy. A good quality start for him going into the seventh. We'll hear from Ned Yost and much more coming up on Boulevard Royals Live, and hopefully the planets align for Kelvin Herrera.
Better believe it, Joel. I feel it.
Going for save number 25, and his first save opportunity in 9 days. We'll get the 6, 7, and 8 hitters.
Fastball, slider, changeup.
Right to Merrifield.
1-out.
Omar Sanchez is 0 for 4. All ground balls. And now it's Herrera and Tim Anderson. He got the 2-run 7th going with a 1-out walk against Kennedy. And then he and Narvaez scored on a 2-out RBI single by Leury Garcia. That was against Alexander, but Melky Cabrera picked the bullpen up tonight with a 2-run home run in the top of the 8th inning. And the Royals a 5-4 lead. One ball, one strike. Seats, but it's an out to Alex Gordon, 2 down. And now Narvaez. For 3 against Herrera, and he's 1 for 3 tonight with a double. He scored the go-ahead run on the Garcia 2-out single in the 7th inning. And the White Sox come out hacking against Herrera in the 9th.
They are. They're looking for that heater early. Mid to upper 90s with that heater. Change up, 88.
1-1. Two balls and one strike. White Sox have won 4 in a row. Their second longest winning streak of the year. They won 6 in April. The Royals have lost 5 in a row. Strike, and it's 2-2. Cleveland has won, but in the wild card, New York, Minnesota, and Tampa Bay have all lost. Three and 2. On deck is the number 9 hitter, Adam Engel. Gutierrez is going to go out and have a word with Herrera. Nice collection of Royals fans here. Not as many as we had in St. Louis. But still, they have made their presence felt, especially when Melky Cabrera hit the 2-run home run in the 8th inning.
Yeah, I saw a lot of blue standing up. Hold on.
Good swing. And that might be the most hittable pitch that Narvaez gets. If you consider a fastball at 97 a hittable pitch. Puts the tying run on with 2 outs. Narvaez will come out for a pinch runner. It'll be Tyler Saladino. is 0 for 3 tonight. He played a role in Chicago's 6-3 win last night, hitting the first 2 triples of his career. He scored twice and drove in a run. Slider is outside, ball 1.
Guess who the last White Sox to hit 2 triples in a game was?
Warren Cromartie.
No.
Lance Johnson.
One dog. There you go. He hit 3 in one game.
2-0. Royals want to get a decision here with Engel. Now Herrera can get anybody out in baseball, but there is a much better and much more productive hitter on deck, Leury Garcia. Saladino runs, swung on and missed, throw to second. Saladino is in there. Drew Butera might be going out there to say, you know, I just learned something on the pitch before that. He threw that fastball right by Engel. Engel looked totally overmatched by that fastball. And I bring that up because the first 2 pitches that they threw to Engel were sliders. Slider, diving play, Moustakas. Game over. The Royals put 2 streaks to bed. A 5-game losing streak and a 5-game slump on defense. That's our Honda play of the game.
Why not? We talked about it. It's going to take that one play, that one pitch, or that one big hit to get him out of there. Look at the emotion from Haas. Moose, that's the best diving play all year long he's made in that hole. Look at Haas. Yeah, it's time to move forward now, fellas. El Toro! Ole! Let's get back. There you go. Oh, that feels good.
Melky Cabrera put the Royals in front with a 2-run home run in the 8th inning, right after the White Sox took the lead with 2 in the bottom of the 7th. So the Royals' losing streak is over. They gained some ground on teams in front of them in the wild card, as the Yankees, who have the top wild card spot, Minnesota the second wild card spot, they both lost, and the team, one of the teams directly in front